Alrighty, time for Duelist Kingdom action, and this one should be good. Joey Wheeler going up against Bandit Keith. They have their history in the anime. They are not friends, although this tournament was designed so that they were all playing together as friends who hadn't seen each other for a long time. But that's no fun. Joey and Bandit Keith don't like each other. We expect Bandit Keith to try and cheat. Where are they on the table? I think Keith is first, isn't he? Yes, Bandit Keith is first. 7 wins, 1 loss. Joey is... okay, Joey's 7th. He's 5 wins, 3 losses. So Joey's not doing too bad, but you would say that Bandit Keith is still a heavy favourite in this one. Does have a lot of high-level monsters, but he's just very, very tough to beat. Alright, so Keith started off. He went with a face-down defense, and now Tiger Axe has come to the field for Joey to start off his turn. He goes in for an attack, and he has run into a gargoyle. A 1600 defense. As Creative Cloud is notifying me that there is an update for Photoshop available. Okay, ground attacker Bugroth has come to the field. 1500 attack, that'll get over Tiger Axe. Well, for once it's not Sims 4 telling me that there's something new being released and popping up during the duels. Alright, turn change back to Joey. He draws Rude Kaiser, 5 stars, so he can't summon it. He can defend himself with Guardian of the Throne. That's a 1500 defense. Oh, Joey's played Monster Reborn. Oh, okay, is he going to go for Rude Kaiser? It's very risky leaving Keith with 2 monsters on the field and going for a defense, because Keith has a lot of high-level monsters that are like 7 stars. What, Slot Machine, Launcher Spider, Zoa, the one with the 3 cannons, Barrel Dragon. So, you know, what that's for. He's also got Zero the Man and Metal Zoa, and like he's got a lot. He's got a lot, man. He's tributed anyway. It's only 1 tribute. It's Machine King. Again, another very good machine monster for Keith. So his Rude Kaiser play was a good idea, but it just didn't work. Alright, turn change to Joey, who draws Polymerization. He's Red Eisen. Oh, he's got it! He's got Versago. Oh my god, I did not see that to begin with. Oh wow, okay. Oh, Keith, are you going to get the surprise of your life? Versago the Destroyer was added to Joey's deck specifically for this fusion. Because of he's got quite a lot of high-level monsters, so we put Versago in with an extra polymerization to give him more options to be able to get these sorts of monsters down to the field. Black Skull Dragon, it's 3200. Joey played it twice. Well, he played it he played it with Yugi's help because of Summon Skull. But, oh man, Black Skull Dragon, you don't see it often. Well, then again, you see it if you play Forbidden Memories. The high-end enemies play it from their hand. Whereas, then again, you can get a Meteor Black Dragon in that game. But anyway, Black Skull Dragon, we love to see it, and Bandit Keith is staring down what is, by base strength, it is actually the 2nd strongest card. No, it's not. It's the 3rd. No, it's not. It's the 4th strongest base card by... No, it's not. It's the 5th, because the Blue Eyes White... No, Blue Eyes, it's 3000. The only thing stronger than Black Skull Dragon, as Sojin was blocked by magic... No, it wasn't. Mystical Space Typhoon blocked Sojin. Gate Guardian is stronger. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is stronger. And Master of Oz has more attack points than the Black Skull Dragon. I don't think there's anything else in the season that has more than that, because Weevil doesn't have perfectly ultimate Great Moth in his deck. He has Great Moth, but he doesn't have perfectly ultimate Great Moth. Taken out of his deck to reduce Weevil, because he would clutter his hand quite often in the last tournament. But the Black Skull Dragon, have a look at this. Keith has not played anything else. He's got 5 cards in his hand. He hasn't played anything. Possible that he can't play anything. Like I said, he's got Zera. Zera's Ritual, if he has one or the other. He's got Launcher Spider, Slot Machine, Barrel Dragon, Zoa, Metal Zoa. He's got a lot of high-level monsters as well as 6 stars. Giant Mech Soldier, Gatekeeper is 5 stars. I think there's one other one, I'm trying to think of it, but that's like nearly 10 cards. That's nearly like a quarter of Keith's deck that could potentially brick a hand. So it's actually surprising that he's won as often as he has. But anyway, but it stands. Joey has won the first match, which is a great result. It's very underdog-like of Joey to win in this one, but he's got to win another one. Keith would have to win 2 in a row though to pick up the season point. Keith has just drawn a tribute to the Doomed. Joey played One Day of Peace. He's just played Koji-Kosi. Okay, now it is second match. I do need to go through a few more comments as well. That's where we were. Demi Henning says, "Damn, Taya, chill. Chill out. She just went from 0 to 100 in her first couple of turns in the first 2 matches." Oh, that was Pegasus and Taya. Dude, Taya, she was brutal in that game. Pegasus has been a bit mean at times, but damn, I don't think even Pegasus deserved that. Keith played Mystical Space Typhoon. What's that in Joey's graveyard? Oh, it's Trap Hole of Spikes. Why is it when I look down at the comments, something good happens? Mystical, the Machine Conversion Factory was played on Disc Magician. Joey flipped up Offerings to the Doomed. It would have been 1650. It would have got rid of Koji-Kosi. Keith has played a Tribute to the Doomed. And now Giant Mech Soldier, which was sent to the graveyard from the effect of Tribute to the Doomed, has just been brought back. This arc was developed so all of those combos couldn't happen. And yet we're seeing it in this tournament. That was I think that was one of the longest card combination of... But then again, it's not like one effect triggering the next. That's all separate effects being used strategically by Keith to gain control of the field. He couldn't even do any life point damage after all of that because One Day of Peace was active. And Keith drew Slot Machine. Joey didn't play anything down. Direct attack from Giant Mech Soldier. And that was great, comeback play from Joey, but Keith just had that extra card available to him to strategically play all his cards down. He almost had to play his whole hand, Keith, and so did Joey. Okay, I'm guessing that this is what Keith did in the last match. Look at his hand, Zoa, Slot Machine, Zera's Ritual. Another 1750 off Joey though, he's down to 4500. He needs something quick. He's got 3 cards in hand. He's not playing anything. Has he got anything this time? Face down, spell or trap? And to the end phase, okay. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, Keith has just pulled Zera. Okay, he had that under his wristband. I have absolutely no doubt he had that under his wristband. So what, 28 plus 1,000 would be 38, plus the 750 would be 4550. Oh, okay, if these 2 attacks hit, does Joey's face down have anything to say? Because if it doesn't, this one is over. My word. Okay, nah, Keith pulled that from his wristband. I have no doubt Keith cheated for that. That was a little bit too convenient. He's like, okay, how can I end Joey in one turn when he's still got over half his life points from his original 8,000? So he can't play anything. You know what? Oh, I just drew Zera, and you know what I have, Wheeler? 2 level 7s in my hand to use for fusion material. to get exactly 50 points over. Nah, that's rigged. Keith, we all know that Keith drew that from his wristband. Emperor Pikachu says, poor Pegasus didn't deserve that great duel. And Demi Henning says, I love these long matches. Great match by both players. That was for Bakura and Chumley, which that was really, really good. Brave Scissor starts off. It's 1300. Joey hasn't got a great hand. He's got Kunai with Chain though. That's caused some controversy in the past, that Kunai with Chain. He's drawn Giant Rock Guy, which he played against Taya in the tutorial duel in the very first episode of Season 1. There's no way that wimpy card has a chance against my Giant Rock Guy. Give it up! And then Taya plays Breath of Light. Guess I don't stand a chance unless maybe I use the Breath of Light card. Then Joe's like, huh? Can she do that? And Yugi's like, oh yeah, the Breath of Light wears down rock monsters, reduces them to rubble. And then he's like, yeah, when he's talking to Gramps, he's like, yeah, tell me about it. Taya beat me 3 games in a row. And then Yugi's like, actually, Taya beat you 5 games in a row, Joey. It's like, chill, Yugi. Like, Alright, 6,700 for Joey. And then Yugi's looking through Joey's deck. He's like, no one can win with these. Joey, your deck's filled with nothing but monster cards. Oh, Joey's drawn Red Eyes. If he can get it to the field, he could be in a good position, but he's going to have to use some of his weaker monsters here. Although, if we go back to Joey's match that he had last time, which was against Marek, look what he did with that Time Wizard. So Joey might be having to do it again here with the weaker monsters. He's got Invigoration with Cage Musha of the Blue Flame, which was the card he played against Yugi in that. Magic Jammer. Boo. Joey does still have Kunai with Chain, although playing it with Cage Musha almost wouldn't work now because it's not strong enough to stay on the field. He does have Baby Dragon, that could get to 1700 with Kunai. But Joey's also, he may lose a fair chunk of life points here as well. Torrin Johnson says we're almost a quarter through the tournament. I said this before, but I think all the players should have a chance to revise their decks a bit every 8 rounds until the end. Everyone can pick up to 3 cards to swap out for something better, either a new card as long as it fits their deck, or a copy of a good card already in the deck. I think that's actually a pretty good shout. To, oh, we've just started round 8. Oh, at the end of round 8, maybe. It's probably a good idea because I think that removing Yamadron from Kaiba's deck is a good shout. And now Brave Scissor in for the attack. Joey's down to 4,800. I'm thinking we should drop Root Kaiser out of Yugi's deck as well, actually. Yamadron out of Kaiba's, Yugi's. Drop Yamadron out of Kaiba's, drop Root Kaiser out of Yugi's, I think, because Yugi only played Root Kaiser once. Oh, there's Copycat. Copycat's a good card. You know what? Maybe we could give Joey Panther Warrior. Because that's kind of like the Unfriendly Amazon. It needs to tribute a card, although Panther Warrior doesn't need to tribute a card to stay on the field. It's 2,000 attack, but it's costly. Mai has the Unfriendly Amazon. Maybe we can put Panther Warrior in Joey's deck. Because Joey's deck doesn't have a hell of a lot of power. He's got Axe Raider at 1,700. I think that's his highest 4-star monster. So he doesn't have a 1,750. He doesn't have an 1,800. He doesn't have an 1,850. No, wait, yes he does. He's got Gearfried. He's got Gearfried the Iron Knight. That's 1,800. I wouldn't be opposed to Panther Warrior going in Joey's deck. I think that'd be a good shout. As for Keith, he doesn't need any more strength in his deck. If anything, he needs a reduction because of how well he's been playing. Okay, but this could be interesting. So Keith went in for an attack on Cage Musha. No, he didn't. He went in for an attack on Copycat, and Joey activated the Kunai with Chain. So it stopped the attack of Cyber Soldier of Darkworld, which was copied by Copycat, the attack and defense. That was well weighted for Joey. I'm glad he didn't use it on Cage Musha. The temptation would have been there, but I'm glad he didn't use it on Cage Musha, because he can send a monster to defense mode with the effect as well. But it was good play by Joey. He was patient. He lost a few life points, but he just feel like Joey might be getting this one back. With the 1900 in Copycat, Keith won't have... Keith does have Battle Footballer. Hopefully he doesn't have that on the field though. I'm in Joey's corner for this one. Keith... Oh, it's Blocker. Okay. Oh, Metal Morph. Well, that's going to be 2100 defense. Oh, Joey's got another obstacle to overcome. If Keith draws like Machine King or anything like that. Then again, with that Metamorph being used on Blocker, Blocker could attack, but it would be vulnerable the next turn, because it's only 1150 attack, so attacking with it isn't really an option for Keith right now, otherwise he'd lose it on the next turn. Torrin Johnson also says, Bacora's climbing his way up, one jar at a time. You know what? I don't think Bacora has enough strength in his deck. He's got Chakra, but that's difficult to summon. His next strongest card, I believe, is Earl of Demise. I wouldn't be opposed to putting in Dark Necrofear for Bacora. 2200 attack, 2800 defense, if I remember it right. You got to banish 3 dark monsters. Bacora's got lots of dark monsters. I wouldn't be opposed to putting Dark Necrofear in Bacora's deck for this tournament, just to give him that little bit more. Although Bacora has won his last 3 matches, it's an interesting question. I would like to see a little bit of a refreshment, just to, give us something new that we've gone through 8 rounds. I do agree with it. I would like to see something new come into the tournament, just to spice it up a bit, without, breaking the meta that we've created with it. Rush Recklessly is played by Joey. It's a great draw. If it goes on Accelerator, it can go on Accelerator or Copycat, I guess. But with 2400, it'll get past the 2100 of Blocker. It could finally be a win here for Joey. It's going to be against Keith as well. If Keith cannot block... Oh no, hang on, I think One Day of Peace might be activated, or still active, or something like that. So Joey, mind you, he got rid of the defense. And Keith has 5 cards in his hand. But what can he do? Get the feeling that Joey has this one almost in his fingers, unless Keith wants to pull something out of his wristband. Oh. 3 face... Oh, okay, 4 face down spell or traps. There's a legendary sword. That could go on Accelerator or Guardian of the Throne. It's been equipped to Accelerator, which is now at 2000 attack points. 800 attack from Protector of the Throne. Keith activates Negate Attack. And Joey has 7 tools of the Bandit. So Keith's life points will not be safe. Drawing While Talking says, really surprised Pegasus is so high and above players like Chumley. I didn't think his deck was very strong at all. Got to go back and rewatch his other matches and remember what happened. I'm surprised that Pegasus is as high as he is on the season as well, to be honest. Also, Keith is going to be down to 500 life points. You get the feeling that Joey might be... It still feels like an upset. Even though Joey's 7th, he's been playing pretty well. Keith has just been so obnoxiously stuck at the top of the table. It'd be nice to finally see him lose. If he does, Ishizu will go on top. With still a game to play. Obviously, this is the first game of round 8. Might have to speed through the rest of these comments. The Spawn Trapper says, could do Kaiser's Seahorse for Yamadron in Kaiba's deck. Oh, you know what? That's a really good suggestion, because Kaiser Seahorse can get Joey wins. Joey has beaten Keith. That is beautiful. That is... I get the feeling we all wanted that to happen. Joey, he's won at 2-1, so no bonus points, but Joey gets that all-important season point. Kaiser's Seahorse for Yamadron is actually a really good suggestion. In fact, I reckon we'll do that, because that can also get Blue Eyes to the field. Elgar the Regicide says, I imagine Flying Elephant didn't come back due to it being the controller's turn and not the opponent. Oh, that was a Flying Elephant thing. I probably wasn't paying enough attention. That would make sense if it got destroyed during Pegasus's turn when, yeah, because Taya flipped up Offerings to the Doomed. It would have been on Pegasus's turn. Oh, Glenn Devo said the same thing. Flying Elephant has to be destroyed during the opponent's turn for the effect to happen. That's why. That makes sense now. Newell Joseph also said, that was a nasty beat down. Taya awakened a mean streak there. Super Palco said, Taya will end in the top 8 for sure. And SEH292 also said, with Flying Elephant's effect, it was Taya's turn. Yeah, okay, that makes sense now. Futura Gameplays also said, Utugi versus Honda duel for Shizuka. Again, Japanese names as well. I don't know any of the Japanese names. I think there might still be a few comments there. I didn't get through some comments because the Rex and the Weevil match was so quick. But there is one other one that's popped up. Slinger 0083 says, in the case of Man-Eater Bug, I get that if the controlling player flips it of their choosing, they can pick a monster their opponent controls, but if the opponent attacks it, the attacking monster should be the one affected. That's a rule we used to play as kids or young teenagers back when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh with friends back in school. That's the way we used to play Man-Eater Bug. The monster that attacks it is the one that gets destroyed, because that's what made the most sense. We legitimately implemented that as like an unofficial rule, like a house rule, like in Monopoly where free parking collects fines that's paid in the middle of the board. Anyway, I think that's enough for me. The duel is over. Joey won 2-1 against Bandit Keith. It was a good win as well. Who plays next? Marek and Ishizu, even better. Tomorrow's going to be good. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, and as always, thanks for leaving the comments as well. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.